welcome to today's video. As you may be able to tell by the title and thumbnail, and the two blasters that I have in front of me, I am going to be talking about what is going to be my primary and secondary for the upcoming Foam Pro Tour. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. So as you all can see before me is a stock Nexus Pro. This particular blaster, as you can very clearly see here, is pretty much 100% stock. And by the way, here is one little feature that I had mentioned in my review of the Nexus Pro. However, it did not actually come up in the video because I did not have my stand on me. So if we prime the blaster here, you can see that this little black button comes up, and if you were to depress that button there, you can then cycle the action to clear out a jam or malfunction. And as you can see here, that little window there is obviously very useful for assessing jams and malfunctions. But we're not here to discuss that any further. What we are here to discuss, however, is what is to be my primary for Foam Pro Tour. So, this right here is my personal Nexus Pro, and as you can see, it has been Gucci gamered out. This is the Gucci Gamer Nexus Pro build, as I have called it. And as you can see very clearly, I have attached a CV Life Harris bipod. I have modified the original muzzle brake. I put on a new piece of Picatinny rail onto the side here, and on the 45 degree right here for this Gammo green dot sight. Of course, on the pick rail here, I have a spike laser pointer, or laser sight. I have a set of Magpul flip-up sights, both front and rear. I have here a center point 4x32 power hunting optic. As you can see here on the other side, I also have another piece of Picatinny rail. I have a QD sling mount up at the front. And on the other side, of course, I have yet another QD sling mount attached to the stock here. However, that sling mount can never come off anymore. And I also have a AccuGrip AKM aftermarket grip with a Jolt King 627 sticker on it. Pretty neat stuff. And a very heavy and very expensive build if I were to have paid for everything out of pocket rather than getting mostly everything through favors and gifts. But regardless, I have two options here that I could use as my main secondary. That being this NES Zapper that I have here, which I have not yet converted, which has its own custom leather holster that I myself made. As you can see, I have some markings on it. I even decided to color the front and rear sights with some acrylic paint and Sharpie, respectively, just to give some really good contrast. And here I have in this relatively standard cloth holster this here Tech Target Eliminator pistol. Both would be single shot, obviously, and in this case this one is spring powered, as opposed to with the other one it's going to be air powered with its own internal tank. And of course, as you all know, the Nexus Pro also comes with its own half-length adapter and half-length mags. I decided to cut off the the mag release for the adapter, so that way it is nice and low profile, which I will put it inside the blaster here to show you. Or, you know what, I'll put it inside the other Nexus. And as you can see there, the mag release is nice and low profile. It doesn't stick out much further than the original mag release, which is a good thing for me because that means there is way less of a chance of it snagging on anything. And as per magazines, what I wanted to start off with, what I want to start out with is here. This is what I call the VMag, as you can very clearly see here. but I do have a separate one that has that much more clear. And these are just Busby 10-round mags that have been glued together at the bases. These are the ones that came with the Busby crossbow, or the Adventure Force crossbow, sorry. And then my second mag would be a jungle mag, which has the catch notches on the same side, so that way all I have to do is flip the magazine around rather than flip it in between my fingers like that, and like it's honestly kind of stupid. However, if I had this, if I were to have this 100% finished and ready for beta testing out in the field, I would definitely use my double stack to single stack mags. This one is the prototype 2 version, by the way. However, when it comes to the VMags, there is the very obvious issue of storage, where because these grant a very fast alternate reload being on the side of the blaster like that, they stick out quite a bit. And so one of the things that I had considered and tried to do earlier today as of the recording of this video was make a pouch specifically for these mags, where I would have one side flat up against my body and the other side hanging out with a little cover over it. So that way when I need to, I take the mag out, take the cover off, and then slap the mag into the blaster. So that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to actually bring another, I suppose, vlog style video like this in the future. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and farewell.